Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back. When we last left off, we'd landed in Diricum. German way of saying that. We'd landed in Diricum. I made just a few movements off camera, but nothing's been processed yet. Caesar is going to seize Diricum with the legions present. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legions, token amount of auxiliaries, and a god-awful amount of vehicles. His cavalry are headed down to Ebolda to watch the crossroads there, and the 3rd Italic Legion will march down to Dodone to secure this road. And hopefully that will leave us so that we can advance down this one, with this as our line of retreat, should we need to fall back to Diricum. I guess at that point I'll swing south. Maybe I'll leave, I have 8 legions, 7 legions. I'll leave maybe 2 in a castrum at Idolai then. It makes a good natural choke point over the river Axios, in front of Thessalonica. I contemplate also putting it in Mygdonia, but it would make it easily observable from Thessalonica. And I just kind of don't want to be easily observed. Meanwhile, Mark Antony, I have decided, Marcus Antonius is going to hold in front of Massalia, essentially awaiting a few more generals to come, bolster his forces. He has the bulk of our auxiliary force right now. As far as decisions go, we're going to sell some prisoners, because we've got a lot of them. And we are working on upping our morale, and we don't want to raise money. However, our next move will probably be to march on down to the Narbo Martius, and move the front down here with Antony's 48,000 men. That makes us with 2 armies operating separately in 2 theaters right now. Pompey is the main senatorial army, is likely in this region. I honestly do not know where that combat power is. We've lost more men than them so far, but they are rather open, I believe, to attack. Where is Diricum? Should be on here. Anyway. We're going to try and seize all the Grecian objectives in this year. Athens, Thessalonica. Probably just send a legion to Byzantium. Maybe a cavalry unit, see if there's anyone actually home. And we could see a large naval battle in the Mare Aegum. Not enough money to really do anything right now. Oh, yeah, that was one other thing. Crassus is going to try and join us over here. We'll probably give him command of the 1st Minerva Legion. And these poor guys in the Illyrian Magnus, like 60 of them, are going to try over the next 2 months in the dead of winter to make it to Spalato, the nearest town. I don't really expect them to make it. With that extra money we get from the prisoners, we may take on... probably build up another legion. a god almighty amount of legions. But with Massalia conquered, this area sits kind of as it was before. Essentially everything looks to be at its starting point except over here, where they made some brief progress in Tanabonis, and Italia, which has fallen, and Greece, which is conquest is underway, but we don't know it's in Greece, and somewhere out there there's an army twice our size, but the empires have twice our size, so it's kind of a fair fight? I don't know. Let's see what it goes. Oh, and I've sent the fleet back to Brundisium to avoid Pompey's fleet in the meanwhile. Seizing Dyrrhacum is a point of major concern for us right now. We might be able to actually isolate 2 legions up in Lissus. They've been operating with our sort of snap naval assault. Alright, and with these men here, we will go ahead and put them in charge. Fight sometimes, that helps in... There we go. Alright, Dyrrhacum has been seized. And we will have to siege these forces down. That legion can work on that. Meanwhile, no forces have been spotted coming up that way. Let us see what this says. It's a sandstorm, some Germans, Publius Servius Vatia is a consul. We will 2013332. That's a lot of ships. For now, our fleet's gonna remain in harbor. We need to garrison Dyrrhacum with something. There we go. Generate legions in Macedonia. That's good. Let's see what else we've got. Yep, they are trying not to get caught. That's good. They've once again seized their capital. It's probably been moved somewhere else. Don't know. Alright, what's the quickest way to Athens? You're telling me it's actually 18 days to go down that road? Oh. What if you dropped the ballista? That's what it must have been. forgot you can't move ballistas quickly. Alright, he'll move over here. We'll move the 3rd Italic Legion back. They'll just sort of guard here with give Crassus the 1st Minerva. And if I take you out, do I still have a ridiculous amount of power? I do. Okay. You're a naval guy. Still benefit the Legion. You're coming along. 4-2-1. That's good for me. You're a good strategic guy. Caesar will stand here. Rufus with his 2 legions will be there. Staffer. What are you good at? Reckless, admired, dispersed, poor logistin. Okay, cool. Curio. You're gonna stay in charge of these guys. 4-2-3-1. That's good for me. All he really has to do is hold on to the structure. We're going to commit ourselves to a ridiculous strategy. Of, just take it all. Should be several combats at a slight disadvantage. And it will essentially result in Caesar rampaging his entire way down to Athens, with only some knowledge of what lays in front of him. But with our northern flank, guarded's the wrong word, but watched by this guy, it should be clear to just swing on into Corinthium and, I don't know, rip the heart out of Greece. That ought to tear out part of his finances. Maybe. $500 denarii, 10 engagement points. Cost 5 engagement points. So this will give me the money I need to throw a giant game, which will give me... essentially a lot of the points I need. I'm not gonna do the math, but it's a lot. I'm gonna go down and liberate Croton from this Pompeian army. They're bothering me. We'll take Alea, Scabinius with us. Consul will stay in town. The question is, where do I want to get my troops from next? I almost don't want to start it up over here. It might be a good idea just to start recruiting Gallic Cisalpine troops. Not yet, not yet. We have essentially 30 gold to play with. So we can throw those games and get our morale high enough that we can contest Pompey's morale. Because once we get that morale closer, then we'll start to see our troops fight even better. Morale can be kind of important, and that's sort of my goal for this year. Rip Greece out, ruin the money, spend a ton of money, throw some parties. This might work. This might work. However, we might take horrendous casualties as we bump into an army we have no idea is here. But I don't think so. And that's the hunch we're going to go with. Jeez, Mark Anthony, you are slow as shit. Leave Massalia as it is. They can hold out for pretty long. How's that Legion coming along? Oh, they're ready. Then by all means, go ahead and link up with them. We may consider just holding in Massalia for a while and consolidating a large army. Because I don't want to bump into, like, a Pompeian death stack. But he's losing combat power by the day, and we're gaining it. I just know that Spain is where Rome keeps their quality troops. And so Pompey is, I suspect, somewhere deep inside Hispania right now, building a super scary army. And I don't want Mark Anthony to bump into it and lose the whole damn thing. Because that's 48,000 guys. We cannot replace that. That is a lot of dudes. And he has most of our auxiliaries and a ton of supplies. Taking back Narbo is going to be one of our primary concerns, but not right now. We're going to get these guys down here. We'll floor them up. And we'll just keep building. And eventually, we'll run into something. Or Pompey will lose his entire army somewhere, God knows where, and we'll rip Athens out. Anyway, it's February. Greece has no snow. It's a bit of snow in Italy. We have men for that. I could probably buy some replacements. It's just enough money. I'm gonna hold off on that. Throw the games, then we'll do everything else. Some March games. Let's see if Caesar can really pull off what I think I've told him to. Repeatedly assaulting a bunch of towns, followed up by pushing off Athens. He's done it. Now that has got to be some kind of blow. Let's see. 10 EP, 6 light infantry, and 4. That's good. Looks 2 national morale. Sicily, Africa, Egypt, and Bytus. I don't know where Bytus is, but I suspect I know. Okay. So we are sitting at 92. They're sitting at 100. We can actually jump above them now. Whoa, we have a lot of money. We must have just come through the Parthians. Pompey's having left his clients for Spain. Alright. That's gonna work out real well for us. So we've managed to essentially blitz Italy, or Greece. Something I didn't really think we'd be able to do. Yet we've done it. How long do you take the train? Let's see. There they are. Antony has activated. Some form of siege going on down there. We should probably move back to Rome, honestly, to secure it from the damn slaves. We'll drop the ballista. It's gonna be hard to make a breach in them. Slave revolts. Losing that money is going to be a big deal for him. Going to have some damage in our legions. If we take Corinthium and Patras, we'll essentially have pushed them out of all the truly suitable areas, except for Corsaira. This is just in case they come down when this legion arrives. These men will sortie out from the structure to meet them, and we'll have 3 legions in combat versus 3 and change. Who knows, maybe these guys will actually make it out. Spalato. Probably not, though. As for Mark Antony, he need to get going. I have him force march. Just get him out of the swamp. And that'll put our front line back where I want it. Right where it started. Then we can, I don't know, hold on the edge of the river Atax. Or they'll have to come to Tolosa. Either way, we'll see him coming. Probably. Here. It's a big harbor. Anyway, to put down some garrison troops. It's always wise, I find. Where to go next? First, somewhat obviously, we'll put some legions down in Valentia. Secure our flank against it. Well, actually, first I want to get these auxiliaries. How long do you take to build? 2 days? Or 2 turns? I'm tempted to build them in Dyricum. We have a solid force there, but Athens is closer. We don't really have the fleet to deal with the problems out in the side. Anyway. Wonder who that is. Antioch. And furthermore, how do we deal with that problem? Where to strike? Let's just clean up Greece first. Pompey might show his face at some point. For now, these storms should keep the fleets over here at bay. Lots of storms, actually. Well, let's build the legions. Also raise some money. We're gonna need it. And I suppose we'll just hang on to the change until after we've got the rest of it. As far as victory points go right now, we're a little screwed. We're definitely not pushing him back as quickly as we could be. Corinthium. Honestly, might just send a legion. How quickly can you get to Thessalonica? Okay. He's gonna go put Corinthium under siege. And Caesar's gonna go assault Thessalonica. Then perhaps, I mean, if we finish with this quickly, we might just get on a boat, go to Spain, find Pompey, and kill him. If we can find him. That fleet outside Dyricum, I'm expecting to get savaged by that storm. Kind of banking on it, actually. Don't really have much in the way of a navy on my own. And they have a long way to go to a port that isn't Kotasaira. Or about to be under siege. March down on Diricum. May wind up counter-marching Caesar back, kill off those legions, and retake Illyria this year instead. Lots of activity in the east. And he's done it again. Just walked over and took it. God, I love Caesar. We'll just have them rest in Capua. We'll continue sending generals to Mark Antony, who needs them. You're not really good for anything, are you, Ditus? Or, Publius. Actually, you're pretty good in the field. We'll send you to Mark Antony as well. Y'all guys go get over there. As for Diricum, let's see how the whole plan went. Corinthium is under siege. I hold it out just fine. Not a lot there to relieve them. Should progress normally. Load up on some more supplies. Everyone's starting to get a little bit tired. So we'll go ahead and put on some kind of garrison unit for now. Let's see how we look on the point track now. Got a lot more there, getting more points per turn. And our morale is sitting even with Pompey. We're looking on the whole combat power. He's got a lot more combat power. Okay, that's still not good. Let's not look at that part. That's a lot of cash. We'll take the money from Thessalonica. Use it to distribute bread. Well, actually, we won't confiscate the treasury. We'll do the exceptional games. Caesar's men. Can you just go back? God, man, he is fast. They'll prepare to sortie. They'll be ready and raring to go. Caesar will show up out of nowhere, having conquered most of Greece, with random bits of it under siege. Huh. Pretty sure Legio 6 doesn't exist anymore. Alrighty. By seizing those structures out from underneath them, we've really managed to knock Pompeius's morale down a bit, I bet. Let's look for something important. It may actually be time to consider, once we secure Greece, set up some blocking positions, maybe leave a legion or two behind at Thessalonica. We'll defeat the Illyrian army in the field, since it seems to be where everyone is anyway. 3 legions, some cavalry, maybe 7 legions. May not be a wise idea to march back so quickly. Thinking. Generates 5 victory points. 1 morale. We've got a lot of engagement points, and we are going to start spending them. Try and use this Pax Romanums to well, more generate victory points than anything else. The increase in loyalty will be nice, but really I want to sort of just push my morale as high as possible. Get above Pompey in that regard. Motivate the troops. You know? Reforms generate victory points. We'll start tossing down some reforms, especially over here. Let's see if I can't start causing some problems. This is kind of out of the way. This will help generate me some victory points. I'm just gonna play it all over Greece. It'll also help secure our information line, essentially. We'll do some subversion on Koresaira, since I kind of doubt their ability to get troops over there to deal with it. Merchants. Go ahead and throw them down to Ephesus or Helicarnassum. Toss down some trade posts. Denarius. When we get some money, we'll start to pull out some public works. Try and win that Hearts and Minds battle in Italy. Is this a wise move? If I wait a month, we may lose the troops in Gudiricum, which would be crushing. Truly crushing. We do need to fight the army. We can bank on them not coming down. It's not a good angle to bank on, but it's an angle we can bank on. We'll hold on to that for now. And our money. See if we win this battle in Greece. Oh, it must have been the militia. Strange. Suppose now's the moment of truth. I think that might be our first large-scale battle. install our cavalry. Of course we did. But we've won the battle. And in the span of but 3 months, we've essentially subjugated Greece. Go ahead and the 5th Legion will just assault. Mark Anthony will watch, I guess. Good job. You all held out against some crazy stuff. Now we are going to just kind of hold in place because, man, it is getting crazy out there. Did the games go off? No? Okay. We'll sell some prisoners, confiscate the treasury, and then we're just gonna build a shit ton of troops. I'm tired of the fucking morale thing. We control a good chunk of Macedonia and Greek. Oh, hey, Corinthium is got a breach. Alright. Attack whenever you're ready. Calenius will be tending to whatever sort of business people tend to when they're not doing their job. And Caesar is going to hold in place with his ridiculous number of losses. What? Okay. That ought to do something. Controlling Macedonia and Greece is grand. Essentially, we're just mopping up now. I think we'll leave Thracia. We will secure Dalmatia from that army. Well, honestly, if we just beat them in battle, we'll just hold outside. Most of the men will probably be back up to fighting strength once they've been given a chance to rest. And only the 3rd Italica has really lost much in the way of units. With that, a lot of extra money is about to fall into our lap. Still storms. Storms in the Adriatic. Sell prisoners, confiscate the treasury. And probably throw down some extra men on this region. Because that is going to piss them off. What I've just done. Who was my occupier? Crassus. Hey, buddy. Go occupy Thessalonica. What do I do? These Macedonian units can hang out here for a while. Crassus will head over there. Caesar's men will rest after 3 months of marching, conquering, and other amazing military stuff. And that victory in Epidamna, or Dyrrhacum, sees us gain a morale point. For 94 to their 86. That is gonna be painful for them. And we have made some significant gains this time. Sulla's men are well rested enough and are going to march back to Rome, which is currently under siege by a bunch of slaves. Because we can't feed them that much. Which leaves a debate in my head. Should I go to Africa next? Or actually go kill Pompey? Probably waited long enough. We should probably go kill Pompey. Before... Yeah, before Spain gets to be too big of a problem. We'll leave our eastern flank relatively exposed. About to have a ton of money, though. $700. If we do that, we could, 2 national morale. We're sitting at 94. We can go down to 92. We're winning a lot of battles. If we raise more money, that puts us at 900 extra gold dollars. Which means we could start building our fleet up. Which, if I hide the land forces... We have, what, 220? We have about 4,000. We have 2,000. We need about 2,000 more then to actually match them in the field. Well, honestly, probably need about 3,000 more for a total of 5,000 points. Well, I kind of wonder how much of that might be... I know Pontus had a fleet. I don't know if they still have it. Oh, I wonder where that fleet is. I know there's a large fleet operating somewhere in the Adriatic right now. That will come after the conquest of Illyria, though. Likely. Lots of ballista. Every legion builds a ballista. It's great. They are out of food, though. Ah, that is... That's not good. Right. It's not that hard. Just go over there. These guys can hold out here for a while. And this transports will run over here and go grab some more supplies. Honestly, probably a better idea just to go all the way up to Lagoonum. That'll give it enough power to fight off, I don't know, roaming bands of stuff. Do I need to? I guess they're included with the thing. Well, let me check. So I put you back here. Yeah, there's a man for every horse. You know, it's good enough. Either we lose all our supply wagons and we gotta go get them, which would suck, but there's an army in front of them. How are they gonna lose all their supply wagons? That's a bit of a gamble. I think. Not that big of one. Supplies, man. We gotta get Crouton. Croton? At some point. Crouton. At some point. Alright, let's see how Caesar feels over in Diricum. 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 I'm gonna call it Diricum. I can't call it anything else. And then I imagine we will build legions. A lot of them. Probably in Italy. Just keep them close to the commanders. Yeah. Bonk them on the head. Bonk the retreating guys on the head. Alright, looks like the war is gonna be over here. Thessalonica, not very happy about losing all their money. People are still mad about not getting food. Bloody ingrates. Okay, Sola, you're just gonna have to drop out for a bit. Guys, kill the slaves. Just kill them, please. Jesus. Okay. How are we doing? Wow, that's a large drop in their combat power. I don't think we gained much. All right. Currently, they're just kind of standing there, menacingly. I think we got enough to beat them. But it does give us a chance to sort of stop and consolidate. Two new legions never hurt anyone, besides their enemies. And a new Roman legion, or Italian legion. We'll raise it down here, and they'll deal with Croton. These guys I'm specially creating, all 5,000 of them, to go deal with this annoying city. What's your name? Quintus Valerius Orcus. Cool. We'll name oil after you. 5th Legion will rejoin. And we'll hold a defensive line along the River Artax. Atax. Try some subversion down there. Our morale is pretty high, but pretty even. Gonna keep the money we have for now. How you guys looking? 5 points, use 64 per turn. How are you guys looking? Yeah, they're starting to eat into their food a bit. Alright, well, they should fill up on food there for a bit. I'm gonna take half and send them down to Valentia. Almost ready. 2 more legions, fresh for the front line. I honestly don't want to send him just because he's not good at anything, but I suppose he is a general. Mark Anthony could use another one of those for direct command of the units. We have a large army. Yeah, our army is getting large. Have Caesar hold in front. I'm pretty sure he can repulse whatever that is. Pretty sure. Besides, I suspect he's moving down to Apollonia, which will still require a siege before he can assault it. Not a lot in the way of supplies down here, but there are more now. And honestly, this might be a good place to call it for now. You can go besiege this harbor. And he'll just work on cleaning up Greece. Caesar will hold in place against a crazy Pompeian army that came out of nowhere. It's going to be about 5 turns. Caesar may be stuck here for a while. Maybe. Which isn't good. We have a timetable. Oh well. If anything, the campaign might take off again, going in some random direction. God knows we're probably stronger than them. We have more dots on the bottom of our thing. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 7. 4, 5. Cavalry. 6, 7. We have 8. I don't know if they're legions or not. Either way, they could replenish more. Could replenish a lot more. Huh. Yeah. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know what sort of army's in front of me. Hopefully they just sit there for a while. Because I don't have any cavalry, though. We'll get some of them next time. Just gonna hold on to what we got right now. Defeat the army of Macedon. And defeat everyone in Illyria. Get on a boat. Go kill Mark Antony. Go to Africa, get more grain so people in Rome stop complaining. At that point, they'll be stuck over here. And we'll have finally built up enough legions that we don't care anymore, and we'll build an actual navy. And go Mare our Nostrum, even though pretty much all of our naval campaign will be over. We really need a navy, too. I'm kind of caught between building a navy and building a big enough combat force to kill all of Pompey's men. God, he is going to have a lot of people. And we can technically get by just sneaking past his navy. For now. Kinda. It's more about having a very, very concentrated navy. I'm gonna have these guys actually, that. But evading their way down. Work their way down there. Y'all will sit here, they'll form up. At some point this storm will dissipate. Eventually, we will get on board our boats. And hopefully that fleet will be powerful enough to just slip by them. Powerful enough to slip by them. Yeah. Or at least survive the clash to the point where we don't lose all of our troops. And be able to retreat. Still, we're doing pretty good for the year. We've secured Greece. Get our legions out of there. Kill everything in Illyria. Find these armies. Figure out what they are. I don't know what they are. I hope they stick around. We will kill them. I'm just sitting here talking about it at this point. It's really just what I'm going to have to do. Besides, I could use more legions when we go to Spain. I mean, yeah, Mark Antony's got literally just a pile of Romans. But I want 2 gigantic piles of Romans. 2... Yeah, I guess gigantic piles of Romans would be the correct term. I mean, honestly, 2, 3... Can this be combined into one army? I'm not going to do it, that'd be silly, but... Technically, yes. Technically, it could. I contemplate pulling one of these legions out, sending them to Massalia, and having Massalia transport them. Would it be worth it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to get on the boat. 5. Honest to God, at that point, it's a 1-month wait for 2 more legions, which are coming anyway. It's not worth it. Caesar will defend Dyrrhacum. Who knows? Maybe they'll split their armies. Maybe they'll march on Thessalonica or something. Kind of already have their money. It's not that I don't want to keep it, but I do have used it. And if they just go... If they go plug themselves over here across the river Axos, we'll know where they are. We'll have a way to get to them, kinda. I don't know. Food for thought. And I'm eating a lot. See you all in the next part. Till then.